All right, Shalom. It's the brother Aryaga from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Here to give all praises and highest honors to Yahweh, just name of the Heavenly Father and Paleo Ancient Hebrew, and to Yahweh Shai, when you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. His name in Paleo Ancient Hebrew. Double honors to the Apostle Elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Salutations to those of the elect. Preach, teach, and prophesy this word in truth and sincerity. We put our lives on the line in these last days. We bring you this raw and this uncut truth. Brother Aryaga from the Grand Rapids, Michigan camp here with another nifty lesson. Let's get into it. Uh, Gary, Indiana situation. I saw a video just recently of a girl celebrating. Her and her baby were laying on the bed, and I guess the power is back on in certain areas, but for the vast majority, Gary, Indiana, 85% black community, they are without power. They've been without power for over a week, up to 2 weeks. And the situation is quite dire. Thing is, as dire as the situation is, it's very strange. And what I want to do is to bring up some of them, or address some of those strange happenings and coincidences that are transpiring currently. And just to bring further clarity about what this means and how this is just them, aka the government, utilizing the data that they get from this situation as they all, or as they do with all other situations that they have established where, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are put into, a strange event, or as we like to call them, the black horse events, all right, or black swan. I said black horse. Yeah, the prophecy, black horse. But they put you in these, unfavorable, strange, extremely difficult situations to see how you respond. And they use that as a test run because let me tell you something, when so-called blacks, Latinos, and natives are put in these harsh situations, we come out on top still, even with the bare minimum. As a matter of fact, I dare say that out of all the people that are at each other's necks, situations like this also bring a good amount of our people together. If you share the same beliefs, all right, and spiritual faith, this type of adversity gonna find out or help you find out who is legitimately real in your life, and who's really built to take on the mantle and have the faith to endure to the end. So this stuff is going down. It's wild. All right, it's just another device of U.S. government, aka Esau Edom. With this device, they will use it to do similar scenarios and situations all across the United States, okay? And make it look like rolling blackouts or a terrorist attack when it is really them. So let's go ahead and let's get into it.
I cannot believe no one is over here helping Gary. Thousands of people in Gary, Indiana have been without power since August 11th. The National Weather Service informed us that Gary faced the strongest winds, which reached 99 miles per hour, equivalent to a Category 2 hurricane. All the power is out, as far as I know, all across Gary, Indiana. They're losing food. Homes are getting warmer. They do not have money, and some of the cards aren't even working. I ran into some ladies that had children, and my heart broke. My name's Aja, and I'm going on day 7 of having no power in one of Indiana's worst blackouts and one of the highest crime cities in Indiana. NIPSCO, the company that services 100% of customers in Gary, announcing that it may be until next Tuesday until many people get power back. We're on day 9 of no power in Gary, Indiana. My neighbor across the street, my teacher down two streets down. We have no air in here. Schools are closed. Families are throwing away spoiled food. People are driving to Illinois just to find ice for insulin. I am from Gary, Indiana. I was born there, raised there until I was about 8 years old. My family is from there. People still live there, and many people are telling me that they still don't have power. They have trees on top of their homes. One of my cousins sent me this video of a grocery store completely decimated, food spoiled. This is also where the city gave people vouchers to, $150 of vouchers, but this was the only place that they could use the vouchers. I, for one, have not seen anybody else outside of Gary, Indiana talk about what's going on in Gary, Indiana. And I don't like it. Gary, Indiana specifically is also almost 85% black. That's important. I think this should be national news, and it's crazy to me that it's not being talked about.
Yeah, it is. But that's part of the device. And keep as many people as they can locked out of the information of what's taking place, especially so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They can smoothly continue running their operations as they move closer and closer to making this a live and active weapon that they utilize all over the United States. All right, because there is an agenda, at least we call Project Megiddo being one of the names of it. And what they do is they have a database of the individuals who they feel are the most rebellious and those that will not help them usher in the digital age of money, so to speak, aka the market of beast. And they basically have what they have established is a system to determine the threat level of each individual person. And your corresponding threat level will be represented by a sticker or a color. Red definitely being veterans and gang members and violent offenders or something like that, individuals that they know it's not going. They're going to talk about, hey, we got this chip, put in your hand, they ain't going. Put this chip in your head, they're not going. Yellow listers, the individuals that can go either way. They can go left, they can go right. Oh, no, I think that's blue listers, that is. Like that, they can go left or they can go right. So the concentration camps going to be filled with them, aka re-education centers. And then you have the yellow listers, the sheep, the ones that follow this new world order to the T. No strings attached, no resistance at all. Just get down with the program. Okay. So all of these things are being utilized as data. What you think these data centers are here for? Not just to hold the data on each individual in preparation for the chip, but to constantly, they got your whole life report in there when doubt. And they tell them essentially, what threat level each individual has. Okay. Palantir, one of those individuals that put this type of technologies up for the government to help them determine who lives and who dies in this next oncoming onslaught. Let's keep going. In
case you've been living under a rock, here's what you need to know. In Northwest Indiana, in the Chicagoland area, there was
fair use
something called a derecho storm. Derecho. A derecho storm. I want you to visualize in your mind a football field. Mm-hmm. And from one end zone to the other, it has to be at least 400 miles long. What? Then from side to side, it has to be at least 60 miles wide. Oh my God. And this whole football field must move in a straight line for a minimum of 58 to 100 plus miles an hour. That's what came through Northwest Indiana. There are trees uprooted all over the place. It's damaged. It's over 300,000 people without power. I'm one of them. 300,000 people without power. People are scrambling for food, for gas. It's chaotic. So this is what I need you to do. If you live in this area, in the Northwest Indiana, Chicagoland area, I want you to put resources in the comments. Resources. I'm talking about where can people go to get power? Where can they go to get gas? Where can they go to get assistance? because we all we got at the end of the day. This is a resource post. Put in the comments where you know people can go if they live in Gary, if they live in Munster, if they live in Maryville, if they live in Portage, if they live in Crown Point. Where can they go to get gas today? Because 60% of NIPSCO, which is the utility company in Northwest Indiana, 60% of all of their customers currently have no power. So again, if you want to help or you got resources or you know where somebody can go or how you can be of assistance during this time for all of the families that's out there struggling, you got school finna start back. Look, if you even want to help me out, look, I ain't too proud. If you want to help me out, this is what you can do. You can text the words, what's your cash app? Text, what's your cash app to 219-299-49. And I ain't going to say.
Yeah, well, get your plug in, dog. But yeah, that's crazy work. You see how that storm moved in? That's exactly how a sandstorm moves in the Middle East. Yeah. Turns a day and a night, bro. That's exactly how a sandstorm comes in. 100 plus miles an hour. Like, come on, dog. You know, then listen to the specifics of the storm in general, because it's manufactured. HARP, yes, is a weather manipulation machine, giant. They have different forms of it now. XJ9. They have different dishes. I did a video on it, but nonetheless, yes, it's HARP. What they're using is their weather manipulation to run this experiment, this device, this trap on Jake. Listen to the dynamics.
In case you've been living under a rock, here's what you need to know. In Northwest Indiana, in the Chicagoland area, there was something called a derecho storm.
Derecho.
Derecho. A derecho storm. I want you to visualize in your mind a football field. And from one end zone.
Look at this shit. Now, you're going to have some clowns out there like, yeah, those are natural. We get those all the time in Oklahoma or, you know, somewhere. It's starting to hurt in Tornado Alley and all. Like, no, motherfucker. This right here, for it to move specifically and be a storm that specific, you know, the spans of 400 goddamn miles long, and it's moving in a straight line. And it is the way the dynamics is shaped. Like, check it out.
To the other, it has to be a Derecho. A derecho storm. I want you to visualize in your mind a football field. And from one end zone to the other, it has to be at least 400 miles long. What? Then from side to side, it has to be at least 60 miles wide. Oh my God. And this whole football field must move in a straight line for a minimum of 58 to 100 plus miles.
Turn that shit to goddamn it to nighttime. Look at that. Yeah. So you gotta have these damn near impossible conditions. These conditions that generally don't happen, not by themselves. All right. I saw it on the radar and it looked at the storm. And yeah, of course, just like all these other HARP videos I've done, storm is responding to the different towers that they have set up each state to direct it. Lets off a signal so the storm can't go around or past those areas, but it helps direct it. Excuse me, that's what you have right here. And they push you directly over Gary, Indiana. Why? It's all a part of the takeover. It's all a part of the deception. And it's all to help further the next step to this agenda, this device that Esau has in store for each and every person. Let's get it.
I see now, we waste money on books.
It's like a horror movie out here. We've got helicopters everywhere. The roads are parking lots. It's like we're all trying to exit town and there's no gas, no power, nowhere to go. We're stuck. The car is officially off, no gas. It's hot, we've got all the doors open. And Agnew's annoyed, so I'm gonna stop updating you guys. He wants me to sit here in hot silence and just burn up and do nothing. figure it out later.
And there it goes. Man, how much more proof is needed? I mean, and this is just the beginning. They was able to, hit up an Uber and head that way. Let me tell you something, man. That stuff is coming to an abrupt end. Okay, very abrupt end. All right, let's get to some scriptures really quick. Okay, this is Psalms 10:2. The wicked in his pride do it persecute the poor. And who was the wicked? He saw Edom, this government, the system, to let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And what is that device? Basically, is to destroy us, to remove existence of who we are, and to put us in slavery, chateau slavery, as it be, all over again. That is their goal. This is what they desire to do. This is what the wicked want to do. All right. This is why they're doing what they're doing right now. Okay. It says, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined, because all of these things that they imagine against us as a nation, as a people, and they deploy their devices, is the same thing that's going to come upon their heads. It's for the wicked boasts in his heart's desire, of his heart's desire, and blesses the covetous when Yahweh abhors, whom Yahweh abhors. Right, the wicked boasteth in their heart's desire. All right, and it says, and it blesses the covetous, and that's what they do. They bless their own. So those individuals that are down with this system, these other Edomites, these other politicians, all right, people that are down with the wicked ass society that they have, they bless them. Especially when you show yourself to be a willing participant. Okay? It says, and the Most High says, whom the Lord abhors, he put that stuff away from him. Okay? And it says, the wicked through the pride of his kindness will not seek after the Most High. God is not in all his thoughts. And I mean, that's exactly what this is. This devil is not a just man. All right, and the Most High is not in his thoughts, and the only reason they talk about our God the way they do is because they want to be exempt from the judgment that's coming, and that's not happening. His ways are always grievous; thy judgments are far above, out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he pulleth at them. He has said in his heart, his mind, his lob, his heart, his mind. All right, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. And that's what these Edomites think. All right, because even in one of these videos, as the storm is bearing down, as I'll show you in just a few, you can hear these Edomites laughing and giggling with white Edomite chicks and dudes. Holy shit, whoa, like what? When you see the amount of wind and the force, 100 miles an hour, they just think they're going to be okay. They know that they have a way out of it, but Jake don't have that same security. So his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. And that's your boy Trump and his cabinet alone. Lies, deceit, mischief, and a whole bunch of vain things, like telling you you're gonna make America the big beautiful bill, gonna make America beautiful and great again, and all that. No. It says he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In secret places do he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. And some of those secret places, them dormant underground military bases, aka DUMBs. All right, these different areas of operation that they have when they come together secretly. All right, the Illuminati, the elites, all of that. Known by many different names, all the same thing. And they come together and they plot on how they're going to tear Jake a new one. And this is what they do. They come up with plans and devices like this, and then they activate them. All right. It says, that's why it says he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. I mean, they do this in so many different places, and they're located underneath the ground in secret locations. People wouldn't even know. It says he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net, And now you get drawn to that net. You end up in this storm, and then you don't have power. You're a part of you being drawn to this net. Now you are another casualty of his device, right? Caught up in it, so to speak. Because what does the net do? It catches you. It says he crouches and humbles himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And that's what they do. They try to make like they're here to help, and they have, you know, what they say, Edomite lady pulled out a gun on, you know, somebody that came down there to cut the energy back on. Nothing happened to her. All right. Jake didn't do it. It was a white lady, of course. You know, this agenda is real, man. It says, arise, O Yahweh. O power, lift up my hand. Forget not the humble. This is why it's always good to, you know, keep a humble spirit, because of situations like this will remind you that you cannot do it all by yourself, that you do need the Most High. Wherefore doeth the wicked contemn the Most High. He has said in his heart, thou wilt never, or thou wilt not require it. And he got that all wrong. Esau think that he don't have to pay for all of this shit that he's doing. That's how they think in their mind. That was a long time ago, or manifest destiny was God's determination for all of that. And they press the line in this wickedness, and they think that they don't have to pay for that shit. Wrong. With Charlie Murphy on them niggas. Thou hast seen it. For thou beholdest mischief and spite, to require it with thy hand. The poor committeth himself unto thee, and art the helper of the fatherless. Thou art the helper of the fatherless. Break thou the arm of the wicked, and the evil men seek out his wickedness till thou find none. And that day is coming, man. And right now they're flourishing, and you know they're at the peak of this kingdom, as it you know, so far as the wickedness, and it's about to start crashing down upon their head. The Yahweh is king forever and ever. The heathen are perished out of his land. That's what we look forward to see, going back to our land and the heathen there. Small has being eliminated. It says, Yahweh, thou hast heard the desire of the humble. Thou wilt prepare thine heart. Thou wilt cause thine ear to hear, to judge the fatherless and the oppressed, that a man of the earth may not no more oppress. That the man of the earth may no more oppress. And that's all Esau loves to do. They really get off on seeing Jake on the lowest bottom portion of society. Check this out.
Look at this pitch. It's how dark is it? How dark is it in Gary, Indiana, right? This is how dark it is.
Fair use.
This is a fucking residential street. That's crazy. And it's like that for miles. It's like that in every fucking direction. Everywhere you look is like that. Except for the small areas that have power. Everywhere you look, it's pitch black fucking dark. My name's Asha, and I'm in a blackout, one of the worst ever for Indiana, and we're going on about a motherfucking week. So come get ready with me as I go in my house, load my fucking pew-pew, because people are robbing people for generators, and put new batteries in my flashlight as we navigate the fucking apocalypse. This is my dog Carter, by the way, as you can see, little and not able to bite a fucking thing. All right, for starters, we got the Walmart special. I went and bought 3 lanterns that all take batteries, and they come with batteries. So I don't have to buy any more, but I do have extra because I don't trust myself with candles, and it is pitch black dark. How dark, one might ask? Well, let me show you. This is how dark it is. And I'm in my car. Portable haul number 2. I have a battery set that I've already opened because I'm terrified to go in my house. But unfortunately, this is what we have to do because I no longer can afford to keep staying in hotels. And I also have no signal, so that's great. Now, before I go outside of my car and make sure my fucking doors are locked, once again, people are breaking into cars, houses, and stealing whatever they can get their fucking hands on, I'm going to make sure I have batteries in my flashlight. Now, one thing that I want to make abundantly clear. Yeah, I need to hurry up. One thing I want to make abundantly clear is the longer you stay your monkey ass in the car, the more chance you have of somebody running up and pistol whipping you. So you gotta hurry the fuck up. Oh my god, I didn't put the batteries in, right? We've got action. So my next step is going to be grab everything I can, get in the fucking house, and then get the batteries in my lantern using, why is this flashing? Using just this and my little one here, and then I'm gonna call y'all back.
Let me tell you something, man. Outside of a baby, all that. Let me tell you, man. I'm going to allow my pew pew and all of this other shit. Let me tell you something. You're still a woman. You load all the bullets you wanted to that motherfucker. Nigga come up and just get you good. It's over. The best deterrent, as I often say, for a man is another man. Okay? Give a fuck how many big guns and all that. That nigga like, shit, I need a gun anyway. And some ass. The nigga be done took you and the gun and did that, left you stinking somewhere after they done tossed you up, leave you in the ditch somewhere stinking, and took the goddamn puppy and your gun and your kids. You know? No. All that tough ass shit is going out the fucking window, dog. Okay? All that independent women shit and all that powerful and empowerment. No. No. You're gonna find out real fucking quick, because it ain't gonna be no hotels. I ain't got no more money to go to hotels and going on. All of that shit, you're just gonna be in the midst of that shit with no lights. Ain't gonna be no Walmart to go to last minute to get lanterns and all of this other shit with the battery. It's gonna reality finna strike, dog. And you gonna understand how powerful it is to have a man. All right. And look at this crazy shit. I don't know if this is a Latino, if this is an Edomite. I don't know who the fuck this is. This bitch got a goddamn fawn, baby deer, in the middle of this goddamn storm. Like, come on, Edomite, man. Fucking, I have to rescue this baby deer and shit and put my life on the line for this small baby deer. That shit is just, Esau is a trip, dog. Check this out. This bitch almost got blown away. This bitch got a goddamn deer. Fucking man. I tell y'all, man, y'all silly ass, silly women laid in they sin. You got your priorities fucked up. This bitch out here rescuing a goddamn fawn, dog. I'm like, bitch, you don't get this motherfucking beast out of my motherfucking car for your ass be standing out in this goddamn rain. This bitch got in this motherfucker like this is her fawn. Like, oh yeah, I had to go get my fawn and shit. What the fuck, man? Y'all priorities are fucked up over here. Unless you saving this motherfucker for dinner or something. No. This bitch will feed her last. This motherfucking have my last as I starve to death. At the least this baby fawn can live on. You're like, shh, man. Y'all priorities all the way fucked up. This bitch, man. Oh my god, you already have to. Oh my god. This part, listen to him laughing. Man, all that goddamn giggling and laughing and shit pisses me off. The reality striking right before y'all. That's because they still got somewhere safe to go. You know, they gonna go back to their nicely lit neighborhood shit, they power zone, and man, dog, it's gonna come a time with none of that. There ain't gonna be none of that, dog.
down too. Oh my gosh, it's gonna go down there. Well, no, you got a long way to go for that to go us. That poor Honda is total. So are most of those. Firefighter trying to help out. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, buddy. Telling you right now. Reality gonna come in like this goddamn storm. You ain't gonna have no shelter, dog, when it do set in.
My name's Aja, and I'm still in the dark. I know a lot of people don't like to hear me curse, but things just keep getting worse and worse. We are now under a boil advisory. I was informed by someone at the sanitation district that the longer we don't have power, the less they're going to be able to basically filter and clean the water. So we need to boil everything on the stove with no power.
How we gonna do a food tour in the Midwest and Gary ain't had no power and ain't nobody talking about it? I, for one, have not seen anybody else outside of Gary, Indiana, talk about what's going on in Gary, Indiana. And I don't like it. And if you know me, you know I put my money where my mouth is. So today alone, we've been on the phone with the mayor's office to see if there's ways we can get involved. We've been on the phone with Salvation Army, see if we can get a Salvation Army truck and just drive around and pass out necessities, goods, anything that we can get our hands on. I'm not only making this video to say, if you in Indiana and you know any ways we can get involved, please let me know. I'm also making this video to say, I think this should be national news. And it's crazy to me that it's not being talked about. All this stuff y'all talk about on social media nowadays, everybody got a think piece on everything. Why not a think piece on the fact that communities that look like myself been out with power for 8 days?
Dug it out through the whole 7 days. And I didn't want to get a hotel because I didn't know how long this was going to last. And I wanted to save as much money as I could just to, just in case. Because you'll never know how much money you're going to need because how long this tragedy going to go on. So on the 7th day, I finally bought a hotel room, right? It was power. We went where the power was, right? No storm, no nothing. The power went out.
If the entire Los Angeles County, we're talking about Compton, Malibu, Hollywood, if all of that had no power, it's all you would hear about. That's all. If the entire metropolitan New York area did not have power right now, there would be nothing else you would be hearing about. But because this is an area with primarily Black and brown folk, you barely even know about this.
News is not reaching people. It seems like the only videos that are getting reached are from people who are affected immediately by the situation. For some context, you guys, it's now been 8 days that most of Northwest Indiana has not had any power, and this has caused gas shortages and just closed gas stations due to this event. Gary, Indiana still has no power. Looting is beginning, and they're deploying the National Guard down there.
Hmm.
Last night got really crazy. There were a lot of pew pew shots right outside of my door. We actually just heard some coming in. So guess what we did? We went to Bass Pro Shop and got some. But just in case you didn't know, it is pitch black dark still in this house everywhere. Actually, you don't even see a street light, do you?
I live in Gary, Indiana, but it's been over 240,000 people without power. No lights, no Wi-Fi, can't charge your phone. It's women taking cold showers. Everybody refrigerators off. It's restaurants closed. My neighbors been barbecuing meat every night. There's kids outside playing, having fun. It's fucked in the dark because there's no school.
We are currently day 7, no power. Don't even know when our power is going to be restored at this point because the time keeps changing. But let me show y'all how dark it is. There we go. Completely dark. It's not safe. People are breaking in people's houses and everything.
No. One of the things that came across my spirit a while back, Now, the scriptures do say that this is spiritual Sodom and Egypt in Revelation, right? And honestly, the same things that happened in ancient Egypt when before the Lord or before the Most High used Moses to deliver us out. The same things that we starting to see now, you know. And I think I called it like uncreation or something like that to that effect because everything is happening and repeat, you know. And we're about to come out of Egypt, starting with the elect. But nonetheless, you know, when you look and you see just how many people are affected by this stuff, and they don't realize the fullness of the big picture is crazy, you know, because these plagues, remember that the plague of death or the firstborn was the last plague. And if I'm not mistaken, before that, it was the giant hailstones, the flaming hailstones, right? That fell on the field and killed the servants and the livestock of the Egyptians. I mean, those are thermonuclear nukes that'll be taking the place of those. And that, you know, angel of death killing the firstborn shit is just gonna be the aftermath of destruction of everything that transpires. You know? Of course, the name Yahweh and Yahweh Shai is not widely accepted yet, but the Lord is gonna make his name remembered. The Most High is gonna make his name remembered. Okay? He's gonna make it remembered, and he's gonna make sure the world knows. They're not gonna forget about it this time. Not gonna be no celebrate Boji's, no sweet baby raised Jesus and shit. Everybody gonna put on notice the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shine. Alright? Let's keep going. Let's go ahead and round this out. And that's Psalms 37 and 12. The wicked plotteth against the just and gnashes upon him with his teeth. And that's them seeking their teeth in. It's all of those Jakes in Indiana alone in that situation. It says, Psalms 37 to 13, Yahweh shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. And, you know, when it comes down to it, the Heavenly Father has days of vast majorities, especially these heathen marks, to be destroyed, man. Yahweh shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. Oh, you can't laugh at him. He can't look. Most High is laughing at him. He's laughing at 2/3 of our people, and all these other heathen nations, Esau, Edom, because he see what's about to happen. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bows and cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Once again, if you are not down with this kingdom, your upright conversation, they look to dismantle you, destroy you, censor you, make you definitely get that chip so they can control the things that you say and the thoughts that you have. Neuralink brain chip, anybody? So their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. That's why they don't understand how Jake can endure such hardships. Because we know that being on the bottom is no big deal to us. We've always been there. And so we understand that, like it says, a little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. You don't have to be in some great, prestigious position. It says, give us this day our daily bread. You know, we're not trying to live lavishly, so that when we run into situations like this, we can handle them accordingly. Not like Esau just here in Grand Rapids a couple weeks ago, or not a couple weeks ago, just last week. The dude killed, murder, suicide, him and 7 people, dog. So his family started with his family. His daughter survived. The girl survived. She's in just coming out of critical condition, but best believe she's all fucked up. She called the police and she got shot at like 4 times. I don't know. She lived, you know. But her mind is shattered, you know, for the rest of her life. You know. Like I said, the sword shall enter their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. This whole, excuse me, this whole system is going to collapse from the inside out. Okay, period. That's all. This place is going to collapse from the inside out. And the Father's going to laugh at them. This is Ecclesiastes, 2nd Ezra 15 and 12. Egypt, present day Egypt, right? America, Sodom, Babylon, Gomorrah. Says Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. And this is just part of it. Even though he maybe using Esau's hand to do it, he did make him his sword as well. So ultimately, that's why I said the sword shall go through his heart, because whose blessing was the sword? Esau, Edom's blessing is the sword. And ultimately, that sword is going to bring him to his own demise. It says, 14th verse says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and that destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another people with swords in their hand. Look, this shit is about to get real. You thinking all these jakes over here not getting no power? That shit would have continued on. It would have started spilling over in the Edomite neighborhoods and yo, it's coming, dog. The Civil War is coming. All right. It says, excuse me, them swords is them guns. That's why old girl, what she say, she lied. She went and she got them box of bullets and motherfucker, hey, shit out there getting rough, dog. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. People like it gonna be doing whatever the fuck seem right to them. They gotta go upside your head to get a loaf of bread. That's what they gonna do. You know? It says that's sedition. You see that alone because nobody believes in this government anymore. Matter of fact, just talking against the government is act of sedition. So, you know, these people saying what they saying, and especially when they know the bullshit behind it. Oh yeah, and that was another thing one of the ladies said. She said something about an EMP. And she basically, well, I'll play that as the last video and then we'll get up out of here. It says, for because of pride, the city shall be troubled. I know if a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right. Why? Because situations like this. That's all the food there, shelter, resources. When those lights cut out, it's gonna turn into a fucking battle, a brawl for all of those things. And people are not gonna hold you back. They're not gonna hold you up. They're gonna get straight to it. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city, he shall not be able. Pitch black ass city filled with, you know, bloodthirsty motherfuckers. Or because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. The men is afraid. All of that tough shit going out the window for these women, where they got a pistol, a shotgun, a Draco, don't matter. So the man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's what's about to take place. Okay? On a global scale to an extent. But here, it's going to be the most intense in America. A man shall have, it says, behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the east, basically, the south and the east, and Lebanese, and turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. We're gonna get so all of these nations about to get into it. Hey, this third world war about to pop off. And these nations are gonna be at each other's throats. Like as they do, yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also. And recompense, which is righteous payback, um, in their bosom. I'm gonna pay them back in their bosom. Like I say, he who taketh into captivity shall go into captivity. Who kills with the sword must be killed by the sword. Here is patience and the faith of the saints. Wasn't that quoted in the scriptures and Revelation? Come on, dog. All right. The Heavenly Father is gonna make sure that we get our get back, but it's not gonna be like us taking it into our own hands. Just wait ye upon the Lord to be saved. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushai, my right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood in the earth. Some powerful things about to take place, man. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. So nice had to say it twice. The Heavenly Father's gonna make these devils pay. When it comes to global wickedness, Esau takes the cake from any other country. When 70% of the sex crimes and the different crimes that are committed in the U.S. are actually by Caucasian males, a lot of these weird sex crimes and what have you. Hey man, it's a reality. That's the reality. You know, keep yourself circumspect. Do what you have to do in preparation for these things. You and your family. Cleave on to the Lord. And pray every day and night. We need as much of it as we can get to get up out of here, man. So with that, I pray you were edified. Just know that this device is going to be something they use all throughout the U.S. here soon. This is dry run. The next is going to be the blood flow. And I pray you were edified. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I go, I do want to show you that video. Tripping. Eyes is tripping. Excuse me.
So I'm outside and I'm a hot mess, looking at the sky, and I can't get out of my mind something I saw ticked up today. I saw a woman who was in West Virginia, and they were having horrific floodings. I think she was a first responder, but she said something that I can't get out of my mind. She said that they were trying to rescue her mother, who was across the street, and they were on higher ground. They were trying to go through neighbors' yards and everything to try to get over to her, to rescue her. But they couldn't drive over because all the batteries in all the cars in the entire area were all dead, all at once. All the batteries were dead. They weren't underwater, they were on high ground, and none of the neighbors or their cars' batteries worked. And I can't get that out of my mind. What the hell is going on? What are we not being told? Because
EMP.
that to me is the single biggest piece of information that sends a shudder. Sends a shudder to my soul.
Yeah, that's an EMP, dog. That's exactly what that is. All your car batteries for some reason don't fucking work in all of these cars. That's because the EMP has hit that area. Storm's not gonna cause that to happen. All right, just to make sure you suffer. Just to make sure that device goes through as planned, so they can hold the research they need to see how heavy Jake, can basically come under fire. How heavy he can basically, bear that weight of being in a tough situation, and see how long before they break. But nonetheless, stay circumspect. yourself together and your household in order. Until the next time, I bid you shalom.